Welcome back to this special North Dakota Today, focused on thanking our veterans. Sponsored by Shooting Star Casino, Mahnomen and Bagley.
All right, attention, port arms, ready, aim, fire, ready, aim, fire, ready, aim, fire, half left, face, present, arms.
I don't think this next guest needs an introduction because he's my dad, but he does. Okay, my dad, my hero. If you don't know, my dad is a Vietnam veteran and now the Fargo VFW Honor Guard Commander, and of course, we just talked about the United Patriotic Bodies Honor Guard. He's a member of that as well. So I wanted to have him join us today for the show to talk a little bit about his service. So Dad, thank you for joining us today.
Did I have a choice?
You didn't, not really, no, for sure. But we're celebrating veterans and honoring them, and you're a big part of why I wanted to do this show as well. So you know what? I did a little digging through the pictures we have at home, and I found some pictures from when you were in Vietnam. So I want to put up some of these pictures, and could you tell us a little bit about when you joined the Army and where you were? Who's that baby there?
Yeah, I was either 18 or 19 there. I was on the fire base. Here I'm actually, I think I was going home on that picture there with all the duffel bags. That's my gun that I was on. I was a gunner on a 175 and an 8-inch self-propelled howitzer. And that's the powder that we used in our gun. Yeah, that was right before I come home because I had nice clothes on. This year's monsoon season clothes.
So when did you go to Vietnam and how long were you there?
I went in the Army in 1970. I was sent to Vietnam in 71. I was there for a year. Yeah, that's... Tour in Vietnam was a day short of a year.
Okay. So thank you for your service. You know, we talk a lot about veterans and a lot of wars have happened since then. Talking now about your continued service, being on the Honor Guard for the VFW, and I know you've been American Legion, a lot of things we're going to talk about your service that has continued. But of course, when we talk about the Honor Guard and remembering and honoring veterans who have passed, I have to think that you have a special place in your heart for veterans because you were at war. The reality of war is that when you were in Vietnam, you lost comrades. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us how that maybe changed you and if you're willing to share some stories?
Well, it definitely changes you. You know, they train you really well in basic and AIT, but they just don't, and I don't suppose there is a way to prepare you for somebody being KIA. It's people say, you know, I lost friends over there, but all these pictures that you see on the TV were pictures taken by my friend Tom Lipsy. All my pictures, and when he died, my pictures ended. So it does change you for sure. 18 years old, you know, I was there not very long. They just put you right in the front lines right away, and you're good to go, they think, and everything is until, you know, crap hits the fan.
Especially as a Vietnam veteran, and I know you've done a lot of service since you've come back, but it was different for Vietnam veterans because when you came back, you weren't welcome back.
Well, no, and they even told us, you know, take your uniform off before you get, you know, in the airport. Don't walk around with your uniform. Don't fly home with your uniform. And, you know, they just gave me a brand spanking new uniform because I was in fatigues on a mountaintop the whole time I was there. So I was really pretty proud of it. So I did wear my stuff. And, you know, I didn't get as bad as other people did. I was all right. I know, though, when I stepped off the bus at home, the older gentleman that run the gas station across the street, he just run over and, geez, I'm glad to see you. You know, a couple years before that, you know, he was giving me grief for driving too fast in town. And so it was, I was treated really well when I got home. I joined the local American Legion Club, chock full of World War II veterans. And right from the get-go, I was one of the guys. So it went all right for me.
So straight out of the Army, you continue to serve on the American Legion.
Yeah, when I got back from Vietnam, the first thing I did was join the American Legion Post, small town Bow Bells in northwest North Dakota, and served there all the way up until about 5 years ago when I moved to West Fargo. Then I joined up with the Fargo VFW Club and was in the honor guard there. And then our commander passed away a couple years ago, Richard Ness, and then they appointed me to be which was a huge honor. And then, you know, they were talking about this federal cemetery, and then I you know, applied to be on that, and then I was also given the position of a squad leader. So this is big for me.
Why do you want to be on the honor guard? Why is it important to you?
Well, from the American Legion all the way up to the Patriot Guard, I'm surrounded by patriots and by people that know what I'm talking about and knows how important this is to the families that come out there. They're so appreciative, and it's just it's a way to give back. I'm retired, and this is what I do to give back.
Dad, Ron Freed, Vietnam veteran, thank you so much for sharing your story today. I appreciate it.
Try not to dig through all my pictures.
I know. They are pretty incredible pictures. It's pretty cool to see those pictures. There's more. Okay. Thank you. All right, stay with us. Coming up next here on North Dakota Today, what has moved a local veteran to sign up to play taps at hundreds of funerals?
We'll be back with more of our Veterans Special, sponsored by Shooting Star Casino, Monoman and Bagley.